My name is Hayden Baker and welcome back to Hayden Cinema. And today we're going to be talking about the TV show The Last of Us. So with The Last of Us Season 2 coming out this Sunday, I decided that I was going to watch the first season for the very first time, and wow. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click your notification bell, that way you stay up to date with all of my posts. So the very first thing that I want to say that I absolutely love about the show off the bat, you don't have to play the game, for one, to watch the show. The show sets every single rule and you are aware of how this outbreak started. It sets up the tone very quickly in the beginning. So if you come here looking for the action, even if you haven't played the game, you're aware of maybe the little bit of action. It's not as action heavy as a video game, but when you do get the action, it's really nice. But it is very character driven, very story driven, and that is due to Neil Druckmann, the creator of the game himself, and his creator partner of this TV show, Craig Mazin. And this is how you make a video game adaptation. There is way too much story and way too much characters and too much development and exposition in this video game for it to be a 2-hour minute movie. That's not going to work. That's way too much cut out, and it would just be very convoluted and just compact, and it wouldn't work. It would never work. Now, with that being said, I've never played the game before. I went into the show because I was wanting to understand what all the hype was about. Now, unfortunately, I do know the spoilers to the second part of the video game, but I didn't know anything about this one nor the game of this one going into it. And so I decided that I was going to play the video game and watch the show back to back. And I started out that way, but after episode 1, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to pay attention to the show and I can't worry about the game right now. Also, it's kind of running out of time. So as of this review, I have definitely played more of the game, but before I even finished the show, like at the time of finishing the show and starting the show, I'd only played the prologue, the outbreak day scenario at the beginning of the video game, and right after it, there's that 20-year time jump is when I quit playing and I immediately went to the TV show to see how well it translated and if it's as great as a game adaptation as people say. This is definitely the way to go. TV shows are the way. So I'm really hoping that this show is the new bar set and the new example and board to go to whenever making a new video game adaptation. The performances that we get out of Pedro Pascal and I believe her name is Nico Park. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong or got her name wrong. But those performances are some of the best in the entire show. In my personal opinion, I think it is perfectly casted. I wasn't too familiar with Pedro Pascal and his other performances in other shows. I'm aware, I think he was in Game of Thrones. I know he's in Gladiator 2 and he's Mandalorian and stuff. And Bella Ramsey, I think she was also in Game of Thrones. I still wasn't very familiar with any of their stuff. And I absolutely love how Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey make Ellie and Joel their own. And they were told, hey, don't play the games, don't know anything about it, just, you know, they're directed a certain way. And the way that they make it their own fits perfectly for the show. And how in the game you have Joel, who's rugged and grizzled, and he's very emotionless and very lack of morals, especially within that 20-year time jump. And then you have Ellie, who is an innocent kid, and she doesn't really gain her toughness until later on, and way later on in the first game, and then especially starting in the second game. But in the show, it is a little different. Their characters are tweaked a little different, but I appreciated everything that they did. And afterwards, after watching the show the first time, and yes, I have watched this show several times now within the past 2 weeks, but on my first viewing of the show, seeing those character differences actually worked better in the show. How we actually get emotions off of Joel, where there's certain points where Ellie's making him laugh. The humane side of Joel does start to come out, and I love that. As far as the characters go, I really do believe that this was perfect casting. And like I said, you have the creator of the game, Neil Druckmann, a part of the casting process. Like, he is doing the casting himself, and you have the original voice actors for the video game making appearances, not even cameos, just appearances that actually help push the plot forward. They are very utilized characters in the show. But as far as Pedro and Bella Ramsey, and even Gabriel as Uncle Tommy, I thought they were all perfect casting, especially Gabriel. I think that's how you say his name. His voice is just like Tommy's in the game. Also, this is one of the most well-paced shows I've ever seen. The first episode is 90 minutes, and it is pretty slow, but it's not dreadful. You don't really feel the runtime at all. It's setting all the ground rules, especially for those who haven't played the game. But those who have also get a lot of things out of it that you would really appreciate. And you get everything that happens on Outbreak Day before the outbreak. And so exploring that and the way that the show opens up, explaining the virus and everything, that was really smart. What we do get of the action is absolutely gold, and it is awesome, and these clickers look insane. It's awesome. And now this is also a really expensive show. It was like $100 million plus after it was all said and done, and each episode was like $10 to $15 million. The set designs, on location shooting, I mean, they built legit towns for this show. And this show has some of the best character arcs that I've ever seen in my life. Joel, again, his character arc is probably one of the best character arcs in any TV show I've ever seen. I actually do understand, especially again once I've played more of the game, some of those action sequences and cutscenes especially are really cool and would have been awesome to see come through on the bigger screen. I can understand some of the nitpicks held at that, but there is also so much walking and just digging through drawers and fighting clickers and stuff like that in the game that there's enough here to tell and eventually show that later on. This is also a very emotional show. I mean, I was crying, laughing, rooting and cheering and shouting, and like I said, I was very invested in the show, and I haven't been this invested in any characters in any show since I watched Breaking Bad, which is my #1 favorite show. And this is definitely my second favorite, and let me finish season 2 and get more of this story and more out of these characters. And if it's even close to being as good as season 1 is, it's definitely probably going to be my #1. So as far as The Last of Us Season 1 goes, this season alone gets a 4.75 out of 5 for me. So have you seen The Last of Us Season 1? Let me know. Are you excited for Season 2 coming out this Sunday on HBO Max? And have you played the games? Let me know. I'm very excited for Season 2, and I will be reviewing that. If you like this review and you want to see more from me, you can subscribe and hit your notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all of my posts. You can follow me on X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Come join the conversation and come have fun with us. We're a great community over here. We're very positive. I hope you enjoyed watching this just as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And I'll see y'all next time.